Hey, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm Wood. In this series we're comparing two accounts that I started at the same time on the same day, and I'm playing the same way with one major difference. One account is free to play, the other has a monthly spending budget of $50. It's day 71. Let's check our progress. So funny enough, just as I start recording, the siege unlocked. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, so green border around the free-to-play account, and then there will be no border around the budget account. Or this first time we do this, it's going to be, I guess it's somewhat going to be based on clan versus clan scores and things. So yeah, let's go. So defend your clan's fortress, upgrade buildings, set defense teams, conquer your enemy's fortress, and you have to conquer the fortress or else you don't win, you lose. Cooperate with your clan, donate mana orbs, clan orbs. So I wonder, that makes me wonder how many we're going to get. Okay, so we get 250 orbs for free and then 200 of the florins. There's so many, oh man, just more currencies to keep track of. I have trouble as it is remembering what everything's called. We are at peace with other clans currently. That's good. So it looks like this is going to alternate, so we'll have CVC one week and then we'll have this the next week, and I think that's just how it's going to alternate. So that makes it nice. Then those two things won't be running into each other all the time. The drums of war will soon sound. Prepare your clan's fortress for the upcoming battle together with your clanmates. Okay. You raise the level so you can have more defense teams, and then you can also have bonuses attached. So upgrading the buildings is really important because it just increases your capabilities on the defense. So it just says make sure you're prepared. So reserve teams will automatically fill empty defense team slots at the end of the prep phase. So I can put in my own reserve team, it looks like. So just in case, something from our clan doesn't get filled, it'll use one of our reserve teams. Oh, and it'll use I can use one of my save teams for this. So that's really good that we can actually put in, and then we can prioritize skills. That was something I was worried about. I didn't know if we were going to be able to prioritize our defensive team skills, and some of the AIs are really, really bad. Like, for example, Frolny, his AI is terrible sometimes, and I don't necessarily want him to metamorph during the fight. He always metamorphs when the other team puts on block damage or something, even if he has the Bloody Larceny skill available to him, and it's really weird because he could just go and steal that from one of the champions on auto. Like when I'm doing it on manual, obviously it's not a problem, but on auto he could be using this Bloody Larceny skill, which it's a cannot be resisted buff steal, and each hit steals 2 buffs, so he can steal 2 buffs if he's critical on the first attack. So he can steal 4 buffs if the first hit is critical. If he weak hits, then it doesn't do it. But yeah, it's just crazy that he always metamorphs, and then he tries to protect the team even if what they put on was block damage. I have noticed that he metamorphs sometimes in boss fights other than that, and I still can't figure out what that means. But in PvP, I've never seen him metamorph unless the other team puts block damage on, which is really, I find it really odd. So I'm just gonna say no, don't use, because I think we're more likely to win. There's some strategy with Frolny in PvP, that he could take his defensive form and then almost become unkillable, because as he keeps taking damage, it reduces the damage that he takes over time, and it works pretty well if you're in control of it. And then when the other team becomes vulnerable, he can metamorph back and then nuke them down. And that seems to work pretty well. But it only really works well, in my opinion, if you're manualing the fight. I think on auto you may want to this is just the way I see it with Frolny, and then Taragi. I want him to prioritize his provoke. Usually what he does is prioritize the Bog Blessing, which is the ally protection. And if we're going first, which a lot of times my Haikatun is pretty fast for the stage, for the level that we're at. And so if we're going first, I want him provoking the other team after Stagnite does his hit. So Stagnite's the second fastest on the team. Yeah, Haikatun is 238. This is on the free-to-play, by the way. So we'll just be putting that in as our reserve team. Good. Yeah, I'm glad they're letting us use our team setups that we have, and then that's my reserve. Champions in your reserve team cannot be selected for specific defense team slots. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so if I want to put a defense in somewhere else, I can't use the champions from my reserve team. So I would have to come back in here and change my reserve team, I'm guessing. I'm just going to do it. Okay, reserve team has been set. Oh, and some people have already put in defense slots. So we can have 12 defenses in at the level we are right now. Oh, and then somebody has to come in and set bonuses. Yeah, that's cool. So we're gonna be able to spend the next 12 days just figuring this out and figuring out where to put our, where to prioritize our florins and our mana orbs and everything else. So yeah, I'll have to come in here and read this later and figure this out. Oh, this is also cool. The feral set. I didn't talk about this in my video yesterday, and I just because it slipped my mind. But yeah, the feral set, really good set, and it's a 9-piece. You can have up to 9 pieces. So we will get it. We will get accessories with that also. And if you can equip somebody with 9-piece, that'll be a great set for pretty much anywhere in the game. But one of the great things for any debuffer, it'll be a great set. And one of the things you can do if you can collect enough accessories for one of your champions that is a good debuffer for PvP, it 50-50 they won't get sheeped. That's just going to reduce the number of polymorphs that'll happen. So that'll be a really nice change. It'll be a good set. I think it's probably going to take us a while to collect enough of it that's useful to be able to put something together for one champion to have more than a few pieces of it. But you get accuracy on the first piece, which is really cool. Really cool set. Yeah, I'm excited about that. One of the things that happened in the news, I just wanted to go over this really fast. The summon boost and champion chase coming up. So we've got the 2 times and the 10 times that I talked about in the video yesterday. Legate Teox is great Lizardman faction unity champion. He's going to be on the 10 times. If you win your tournament, you'll get the 10 fragments, the extra 10 fragments for the Packmaster, and we knew that was going to happen. But what we didn't know was that there's also going to be a 5-star Perfect Soul. So they just increased the incentive to spend a bunch of shards and probably money. I can't imagine anybody's going to be able to win one of these tournament groups without spending some money. And if you're not spending money, you're going to have to put everything that you have, every shard, every fragment summon, everything you've got into it. So I think it's worth checking on and looking at, but yeah, that's one they're really trying to incentivize a lot of spending on this one, because that would be really nice. But not only are you going for the 10 times and trying to get that champion, but then if you get that champion, it's going to incentivize you to win the tournament too. Caution, please. Lots of caution, because getting that Legate Teox is going to be very difficult. It's very unlikely that that's going to happen. I don't care how many legendaries you pull over this event. I don't care how many shards you have. You could open 100 sacred shards and not get him. But then winning your tournament is just going to depend on who you're up against and what your tolerance for going full on is going to be. So you have to set at least 15 defense teams to be able to participate. So make sure your clan has at least 15 set if you want to participate in that in 12 days. I think this should be fun. I was worried that this clan siege thing was going to be something we had to participate in every day, and that there was going to be, lots of gear moving, and what if I have to just do a Bannerlords team or a Sylvan Watchers team, and am I going to have to move my best gear, around all the time? And it's not going to be that, what I was worried about. So because it's not that, I'm pretty encouraged, and I think it's going to be kind of fun. So we've been working on getting this Dungeon Divers done. On the free-to-play, I'm going to easily be able to get the champion fragments for the Packmaster. I really want to get this 5,000 done on both accounts, but it's another 15. I'm another 1,500 points away, and the event ends in a little over half a day here for me. So I think it's going to be tough, just given the number of gems I have left. I'm just over 1,000 gems. So I want to do it. We don't have any energy coming up on daily login rewards. Our day 72 login reward is going to be a void shard, which will be nice, but it would be nicer if it was this 500 energy. But I'm going to work on it. I'm going to try and do it. We'll see. We'll see how close we are on gem count and everything. And we still have this champ training tournament to finish. And we have quite a long ways to go there also. And so I don't want to get rid of all my gems because I may need some for energy to be able to at least get up to this threshold and get these 10 fragments out of the way for this champ training. So I'm going to try and I'll have to get the calculator out and do some math on it and just see, what's going to be possible with the number of gems I have left. If I'm going to be able to finish the champ training tournament and be able to do the dungeon divers, and that it looks like, I'll be able to do that, then I'll get these prism crystals. But if it's going to prohibit me from getting the champ training tournament done, then I'll just go ahead and skip this and just go to this level here. Dragon is going to last a couple more days, and so I'm not worried about getting the dragon tournament done. We're plenty far on that. And this is just on the free to play. I'll go over to the budget and show you. We're a little further on the budget, and the budget has gems because we buy the daily gem pack, and so we're going to be fine on the budget account. I'll be able to do both things there. But yeah, dragon tournament. Yeah, see, we're already up to this level. We've already got 1,600 on the dragon tournament, so less than 1,000. So just about 600 more points, and then we'll be able to get the dragon tournament completed up to that level. I will go ahead and get the epic book on this. That's not going to be a problem. We've got more than 2.5 days left on that, so I'm not too worried there. It's just putting the energy into getting all of that dungeon divers done. I just, like I said, I wanted to make sure that I have enough left in the tank to be able to do the champ training. And I don't really have enough brews to just brew it all the way up. I'm not at the most comfortable number of brews to be able to have confidence to do that. Probably need to use some energy and do some campaign for that. Yeah, over here on the budget, I need to go through and gear cleanse. Man, I hate throwing away stuff with speed, but I'm not keeping a lot of 4-star gear anymore. That's an okay lifesteal one though. That's nice. Crit damage with crit rate and speed. That's pretty cool. It's a 5-star frost, but we've done worse. That's good. Oh, 5-star speed boots. Nice. The dragon having 2 times on speed has been great, and I did get a pair of 6-star speed boots earlier today on the budget account too. So that was really cool. And there's a 5-star. Nice. I always hate to throw away accuracy chests in the accuracy set. The substats are terrible. They're both flat stats, but I'm gonna just keep it and then see what else we have on chests to just make sure. Yeah, and most things I've just been throwing away 4-star, but that's got speed and crit rate, so I don't know. I tend to keep too much gear, and then I go back through and then I get rid of quite a bit of it later. But I'm never confident that I have a good replacement or that it might not actually improve a champion's build. So I tend to keep a lot more than I probably should at the outset. I should probably be just throwing away all 4-star gear right now. But like, see, this one, I'm not, even though it doesn't have a speed substat at this point where I am in the game, a defense percent stat, and then it's got 2 good substats on it, might be worth keeping just to get the speed bonus in that for that set. So yeah, there's a 6-star resistance with crit rate and defense. That's not an ideal piece, but maybe okay. That one I'll throw away. Okay. Yeah, so we did get quite a few speed pieces with speed substats on that, so I'll have to roll those up. So on the budget account, we are, let's see, Dungeon Divers. Yeah, you can see here on the budget account, we're very close to being able to get our Packmaster fragments. I will go ahead and push this through, the 5,000 points that we need for the prism crystals today before this event ends, because. And then artifact enhancement. I did quite a bit of artifact enhancement today because yesterday Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it felt like a lot to me. But yeah, we'll definitely get that done as well. I mentioned yesterday in my video, to get past our roadblock on Cursed City, that I needed to put Adeline in regen gear. And as you can see, doing that, I made that switch. I put Adeline in regen gear, and she soloed the end of the boss. Everybody else died pretty quickly, and she was able to get it soloed because of the 5-star brimstone. And she just survived, and that was really good. And then we were able to spend all of our keys and get all of this done and collect those rewards. That's really nice. You know, it's a key system, and if you're able to complete the stage, it doesn't matter. Like, we were even able to get this ascended or this awakened stage done just because of Adeline's 5-star. I was able to get a 3-star on Taragi yesterday also, when the it showed up in the shop, and I was able to pick that up. Or the market, they call that one a market, right? There's so many things. In the Soul Merchant, yeah, I had a 3rd star on Taragi show up in the Soul Merchant yesterday, so we were able to get that done. Let's see where we are on Dragon. On the budget account on Dragon, we're getting very close to getting the Packmaster fragments. So the plan on the budget account is, once I have the prism crystals on the dungeon divers finished, and once I have the Dragon tournament just getting the Packmaster fragments, I'll finish this training tournament up to the Packmaster fragments, and then I think I'm just going to keep putting energy into Dragon so that I can keep collecting more speed gear. I like these soul stones, and the Mythic Chaos Ore would be really cool later in the game, but right now I think we need to focus on getting some more speed gear and improving our speed, and that's kind of just the calculation that I've made. These soul stones can be something good, but they also could just be a 3-star rare that I'm never going to build too. So I think that's what I need to give myself more chances for speed gear. And then we've got Classic Arena coming up, and then the Champion Chase tournament, and we will be able to open some Sacreds. No Sacred Shard in the Clan Boss rewards this morning, but we did get one yesterday, and we will be opening our Sacred Shards tomorrow for that. So yeah, join me tomorrow. We'll get Sacred Shards open. That'll be a lot of fun. And then we'll see what we can do with the Champion Chase tournament. So that's where we are today. I'm just going to keep feeding energy into Dragon until I get those goals accomplished. I'm really hoping to be able to get that other prism done on the free-to-play, but I'm just going to have to see. I'm not going to miss getting the Packmaster just so that I can get another prism summon in. Although that prism summon pool is really good, but I'm not going to do that. We'll have a good time, so we'll have the prisms to open tomorrow and the Sacred Shards, and then we'll see where we're at on point threshold to be able to get the Packmaster fragments. Hopefully I'll be able to get all 15 of them that will be available in that Champ Chase tournament. I'd really like to be able to skip the last dungeon divers and maybe the last artifact enhancement. Spider is one that might be able to do easily anyway, and be able to rebuild our silver. But usually even doing one of those doesn't get you up to the threshold you need to on dungeon divers. So and we will be preparing for Clan vs. Clan next week as well. And that might be a good time to open Packmaster, although it's not. I don't think it's going to be personal rewards next week. They just had 2 in a row that were personal rewards, so I doubt it. I doubt it'll be personal rewards again. So keep that in mind. I'm just going to hold on to the Packmaster fragments until we need to summon him, where it'll give us points for something else. That's all I had today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're well. I hope the fusion's going well for you, and preparing for the clan siege and getting your team ready, and communicate with your clan. Don't just start throwing in defenses and making everybody mad. Thanks again for joining me. I've been Wood, and I appreciate you.